Hello everybody, it's Cape Rugby TV, Wednesday night, and we talk to you about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. We've got our scores out tonight, cell phones out for the competition that we're giving away. I'm going to ask my guests to help me with the competition draw, but big thanks first of all to Hisense, that's of course on board with Cape Rugby TV as the official technical partner. Score energy drinks, as you know, Score of course, big supporter of Western Province Club Rugby, Sevens, and nice to see them jerseys everywhere with Score on. Dulux Maitland, you see the logo up in the corner there, and in fact there's Dulux Maitland behind me right now. Folks, you've got to do yourself a favor if you're going to spend anything on money on paint or brushes or ladders or plaster. Dulux Maitland, number 30 Kuberg Road, that's where you've got to go. And of course Color Tone, your timber treatment specialist, right? You need to look after your wood, especially in this weather. This weather in Cape Town, you spend a lot of money on your house. Putting up the wood, make sure your wood is treated properly. Color Tone, all right, at any leading hardware store. Let me introduce you to my panel tonight for the second time in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Tariq van der Rast.
Good evening, JP. 7 days later.
I love your
Instead
shirt.
of 3 years back.
Yeah, well, we try to make up for lost time, yeah.
Here we go.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, it fits.
It fits, yeah. Lyndon Julius, see your hair's getting a bit longer.
Yeah, it is. It's growing.
Yeah, it's a week later.
It's good to have Tariq here. Like you said, it didn't take him 3 years to get back here. Also, he's got his shirt, so it's good. I hope he's gonna be more regular here. And
by next week, we will get all the CTC Sports, and we will have different shirts.
That was on.
By hook or by crook.
You realize that you say that on live TV now.
Yes,
now
I know.
People are gonna expect that now. So.
Yeah. Listen, I've got the names of our two winners, two potential winners. Okay. One of them is a potential. One is a winner. And we'll give this to you guys a little bit later. Okay. And one of them is going to walk away with a Hisense Pure Shot mobile phone. It's one of the new model Infinities. I must tell you, it's a fantastic phone. There's 16 gig ROM. It's Android, it's multi-touch, dual SIM slots. So it's got 2 SIM slots in it. Now, if you entered the Spot the Ball rugby ball competition on the Cape Rugby TV app, then you would have been putting yourself in the mix to win this phone. But this competition was so tough that out of all the hundreds and hundreds of entries we got, only 2 people managed to get the answer correct. Only 2 people. And I have the names of those 2 people right here. So a little bit later in the course of the show, I'm hoping that our prize winners are watching tonight, but a little bit later in the course of the show, I'm going to ask one of my colleagues to pick one of these names, and one of you will walk away with a Hisense. This one, in fact, in the box, brand new Hisense L676 Infinity smartphone. That comes up a little bit later. As you know, during the course of the weekend, Bronson Ware and his team that were out at Belhar, and they had a little bit of a fundraising. We spoke to Bronson last week when they were busy raising funds to get a pump. Folks, the water crisis in Cape Town is just gone. It's not gone. It's past gone. It's history already. It is really bad. And really, if I don't know, Tariq, are you doing anything specific on your side to save water?
Yeah, I'm only taking a 3-minute shower compared to the normal 10-minute.
Yeah, did you back in the day? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was told it should be 2 minutes, but not working for me.
Can't get there.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think the rule is as long as you're not then using more water during the rest of the day. Yeah, but obviously you've got to try and save as much water as you can, no matter where you go. It's tough though.
It is.
I mean, we've got a clock timer.
I think
it used to be back in the day that you used to use those things to boil eggs.
Yeah.
Now it's not in the kitchen anymore. It's in the shower.
It goes with you wherever you go. Wherever there's a tap, it goes with you.
I'm proud to say though that I think we use probably I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
But we are like on 0 rand level. So,
yeah.
But I've told you that story.
Yeah. I think your wife has got that locked down. So that's good. That's good too. That's good. We also try and save water at home. My father-in-law is a very successful plumber, so I mean we've got sort of worked our way around that, how to improve on our water usage. But I think the biggest sport or the biggest affected by this water crisis is obviously our sporting fields. The facilities is already in a condition that it already is. And I think we should address this in the pre-season as to see how other fields, how fields do it. What are the solutions there? And we should see if we can help clubs come up with resources like we did with the social media platforms, like with nutrition, like with preseason, like see how we can, as a club community, as the whole family of club rugby community, how we can help each other.
Well, it was interesting. We were out today at the Cape of Great Events, together with the Volvo Ocean Race. We're holding a this is Namushfer Kabuta and Denzel and Johan Bester and government basically. We're holding a workshop for really around events, but speakers in the leading industry in the world of sports, the likes of Dave Belair from the Cape Argus Cycle Tour, people from the Volvo Ocean Race, Two Oceans guys were there, the APSA Epic guys were there, and they were talking about how do they make it work there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they consume a lot of water. I mean,
well,
obviously, these guys, you can imagine those 3 or 4 days, you can see how these guys look.
But even there,
they're minimizing it, and they're doing it. And I mean, if we can learn from that and we can implement it into a 6-hour day, but then also, like beforehand, I mean, the cricket fixtures have been cut now twice already, so they're 25% of what they started in the beginning of the season. So I think that is where we need to prevent what helps club rugby is that it's in winter season, but also the fields are taking a beating now already. So like next season, how this field's going to look, and also with the score sevens, so I think there's another 7 weeks added on to that. So like, Of
course, that is one way that you can save water is you just keep it in the score. But it's interesting that you mentioned that because, they were talking about from the Two Oceans perspective, the runners. You're used to grabbing water. This is how careful they're being. You're used to grabbing water and you spray it on your face. And then you grab another one, you sort of throw it down your back. And now they're trying to get the guys to not do that anymore. Take in the rugby space, you're filling your water bottle. What do? We must
throw it all over.
You rinse out.
And then you chuck it on. You chuck it there. So I think we can learn a lot from the Two Oceans and from how these marathons and half marathons do it. Yeah.
You see, from a club administrator point of view, I mean, suddenly this comes on a long list of stuff we now need to look at. Some clubs are only getting halfway down the list anyways, and now the list is just getting longer. Water issues, it's affecting pre-season. The list goes on.
We'll be back after the break, and when we come back, we will show you some of the highlights from the action that was at Belhar. Bronson Ware and his team were out there. They were trying to save water, trying to raise money for a pump specifically to get water out of the ground to help with the field. We'll be back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Little technical glitch there, but nice to have you back. Anyway, it's community TV, so we're sure that you're enjoying it either way. Remember, a little bit later in the show, we're going to give one of our lucky winners the Hisense cell phone that comes up a little bit later. Right, so Bronson Ware and his team were out at Belhar over the weekend. A couple of games there. It was, of course, tag rugby, and they were raising funds for the club. Baby Sharks against the Spartans first, tag rugby. The Baby Sharks against the Spartans there. Tariq, from a coaching perspective, can you learn something from tag rugby in the same way that you can learn from sevens rugby to prepare for pre-season?
JP, I prefer that sort of training instead of the touch rugby. That get the tag, get the guys closer to a tackle sort of thing than just the touch rugby. So it can definitely be used.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, good skill, running to space, passing left or right, bit of vision.
I mean, you actually need to use your hands and eyes.
Yeah.
You can't just reach out and
Exactly.
touch.
You gotta grab. You gotta know where to grab.
Touch. You can't just like.
You spend too much time with the Renzel.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
like
singing now. I'm singing on the show.
So back to rugby. And also like it evens the playing field. So like you've got, like Tariq was saying, like you attack the space, but you also have to get like close to grab the tag, and then have to make it. You can't just go and like touch the guy's ankle. You actually have to go up and have a target, like you say, and eye coordination. So you've got to push up there, and it does help for in that big matches or those close games. Yeah.
All right, folks, our next game up there was, again, we're doing a little bit of tag rugby. It's a little bit different to normal. Eagles versus Parky. Right, welcome back there, folks. Eagles versus Parky. Some funny names there, but that's, I suppose, what it's all about also, social rugby. Nice to have it continue there. We've got to get all the Bronson Ware and find out if they managed to raise enough funds for that pump. 10,000 Rand is what they needed to get that pump there to help with the borehole scenario. But right now, I don't even know if groundwater is helping because it just sucks the water out of the ground.
Yeah, and then also like where do you, like, you've got to have just after I was speaking with someone that in the Central Karoo they found water, but they had to use satellites from outer space, like to get water. So like clubs don't have that resources to like know where to drill and where to go and where to suck the water out of the ground from. So I mean the pump is the one thing, if you know where it is, where you got to go. But this also comes back to like your plumbers and your maintenance and your handymans within the communities, where these guys have the expertise and say, okay, we'll put up a signboard for you for the duration of the season. We'll send everybody to your shop. Can you help us with this? So that's where that whole community, investing back in the community sports and having the businesses come back to the club rugby and bringing that going.
Yeah, but you don't want to get a guy who comes to your field with a coat hanger.
Yeah, no.
The coat hanger where
they're like Tolla van der Merwe, soek waterzoeker.
There's a name for that, Tariq. I don't know.
I don't know, JP.
Someone can text us, send us a message on Twitter or on Facebook. I think it's called honing or zoning or something like that. Van the Koperdraad. And anyway, we managed to speak there let's check out Grootes versus Spartans, and then we managed to get an interview there with Alvin Nero.
Basically, I find the day exciting. Nice fitness for the boys, especially for the teams that came from far. I think that team that we played against is from Worcester. So it's nice to get together and know each other as boys and to showcase our talent here. Yeah. Getting the older guys in, and especially if you don't know them and you don't know they play, it's a bit difficult. So yeah, we're just enjoying ourselves. We're just here to make the best of it.
Alban Nero speaking to us there about what's happening in the world of club. Folks, we're going to speak to Janine De Lange from St. George's as well. They had the kiddies. Lyndon, you're obviously have been involved with St. George's for a long time. We're going to speak to Janine De Lange there. They had their kiddies rugby day at Gastro over the weekend. Maybe before we speak to Janine, just tell us a little bit about the history of that event.
Yeah, so the event started in, I think it's 2006 or 2005. It's about the 11th year this year.
Yeah.
And Janine and a few of the ladies from the club, so they've got a supporters club that they're going. But they started off with the social club first, and then they built up, started giving soup kitchen with a regular soup kitchen every 2 weeks. And then slowly but surely the need for, in that first year, the need for a Christmas party started. They started with 300 kids, 300 or 400 kids. We had about 3,200 kids.
So it's a whole thing for the kids.
But the businesses get involved in there.
Right.
You know, you see business.
We'll speak to Janine about it's been going on for
11 years.
2006 now.
Yeah.
It's quite a while.
Yeah.
All right, folks, so let's take another look at what happened in the world of tag rugby. You can get an idea there for just how easy it is to play rugby. You don't necessarily have to play 15-man rugby. You don't have to play sevens rugby. You don't have to play touch rugby. You can play tag rugby. And as you heard my colleague Tariq van der Roos tell us, it's a nice way to stay safe and get a little bit of hand-eye coordination as well. Let's see now what happens between the Vikings versus the Guns N' Roses. We go. In a couple of minutes' time, folks, we're going to speak to Janine De Lange from St. George's. She's going to tell us a little about what happened with the kids at St. George's. It was kiddies rugby out there. And we're also going to catch up with Jerome Parvata a little bit later during the course of the show. Jerome has been on his travels to Hong Kong and coaching around the world, but he's back. And right now we'll be focusing on, start thinking and preparing for next year's Supersport Challenge. While we were out at Belle, we managed to speak there to Francois Kannemeyer. This is after the Vikings and Guns N' Roses game.
Die dag sover is goed vir ons. As het een game verloor, die eerste game. As die tweede game gewen en die game, het lyk asof ons om aan die sakkie gaan het. Ons op die oomblik loop ons voor in die game wat ons nou speel. Ons is in die Boland Liga klipwise, ja, soos van die Boland. Maar ons is nie van 'n spesifieke klip nie. Ons is net so by mekaar. Ja, baie dis mos nou afseisoen vir hulle. So as seker maar nou deel van hulle kondisionering vir die seisoen wat kom volgende jaar.
Nee, die dag is lekker. Geniet my hier met die spanne. Leon, Steer. Ja, nee, het is een fantastische dag. Dingen gaan lekker hier zo, maar dit is een beetje te min skade hier zo. Maar verder aan genieten is het. Lekker tegen
Ja, ons loop nog zo voor.
Ja,
tegen altijd voor.
Ja, het lijkt een nieuwe reel van die banden wat om mijn armen is, zo gewoon om je lijf.
Om je lijf, ja.
Maar hierdie nieuwe reel, dat is ook interessant.
All right, there, Francois Kannemeyer from, I'm not sure, Vikings and Guns N' Roses, according to our producer, Renzel Botman. He says they're from the Worcester neck of the woods. Tariq, but nice to see these kids having a bit of fun. I certainly don't think they would have had the kind of exposure, and they must be feeling good. They're playing rugby, they're having a jaw.
Yeah, it started with Kannemeyer, and the next thing there were 6 people in the interview. So good for them, and out in the Boerland. So I'm sure they're watching tonight as well.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we'll speak to Janine De Lange from St. George's. They had their kiddies day. We'll just find out what happened out there. Hi, welcome back, everybody. Right, Cape Rugby TV with me now on the line from St. George's, Janine De Lange. Hallo Janine, hoe gaan met jou?
Goed, dankie. Jy het self jou kant?
Nee, het gaan lekker man, lekker net 'n bietjie warm vandag. As jy daar in die strand se neck of the woods, as jy in die gastro area?
Dis reg, ja, ek is in die strand.
Nou,
'n heerlike dag.
Janine, nou die mense sê vir my, jy's nou die een wat daarso al die wiele laat draai met die kleintjies daarso by St. George's.
Dis reg, ja.
Vertel ons bietjie van die dag. Hoeveel kinders was daarso en waar het hulle vandaan gekom?
Okay. Dus basies elke jaar doen ons nou die kinderdag, dus 2006 is ons al bezig met die kinderdag. En ons begin met 350 kinders. Ons het opgeëindig met 2500 kinders hierdie jaar.
Ja.
En ons elke jaar beplan ons vir 3000 kinders.
So julle 3000 kinders, nou hoeveel velde het julle daarso wat julle so 3000 kinders op dieselfde speel hulle, hoe doen julle die dag? Speel hulle verskillende games en wat maak hulle?
Ja, ons begin die dag met 'n gebed en opening van welkom en dankie sê en so voort.
Ja.
So welkom al die kinders en dan kry hulle of hulle hotdog of hulle kry vrugte en koeldrank en so aan gaan ons hierdie dag. En ja, ons gebruik die een gedeelte van die rugbyveld wat ons mooi afwaken om te sorg dat kinders hier rond en boom te hardloop, jy weet, dat ons kan toesig hou oor die kinders.
En ek neem aan daar's 'n paar mense van die klub ook self wat betrokke raak om te help met die boerewors en die
Dit is definitief as St. George's Rugby Club aangeleentheid, so daar sal definitief van die lede en spelers moet wees, dat aan ons dag, verstaan jy?
Nou daai kinders, hulle geniet hulle self daarom seker op die dag, né? Dis seker die een dag van die jaar wat hulle baie groot sports het.
Dit is, en dit is 'n groot plesier, dit is net 'n hartkom vir die kinders te entertain vir die dag, jy weet. Want dit kinders uit die minderbevoorregte in die rondom die hele strand wat ons uitnooi. Ons doen nie spesifieke kleuterskole of skole nie. As die kinders van die grond af, om het so te noem. Verstaan jy?
Ja, nou dink jy daai chokkertjies gaan daarso by St. George's kom rugby speel, want dan dink ek julle gaan seker die grootste klubbe in die land.
En hulle sal definitief moet, want kyk, vir 12 jaar so in die gang al, vanaf ons so kom wys, tot die kinderdag.
Ja.
So iewers moet ons daarom terugploeg, dat so dit sal so wees.
En julle doen dit nou elke jaar, so volgende jaar is nou weer 'n keer om dit te doen. Hoe raak mense betrokke, die gemeenskap of die besighede in die area wat miskien wil betrokke raak? Hoe raak 'n mens betrokke daarso by St. George's?
Weet jy, soos my ons naam en my pronoms is goed gaan maar uit. Mense kontak my, maar sê almal wat regtig betrokke raak en dis wat eintlik vir ons sukkel. Ek het gebid vir geld vir hierdie Kersdag hoor. Ek het bijvoorbeeld dat ons my doel was, ons moet lunchboxes vir kinders kry. Goed wat al bestel was nog die geld en die geld het ingekom agterna. So ons is baie geseënd. Almal kom nie koopie in nie.
Ja.
En dit het ons toch rustig nodig.
Okay, wel ons sal aan ons kant 'n bietjie daaroor gesels soos ons nou gedoen het en seker maak dat volgende jaar begin ons lank voor die tyd van die mense sê hulle moet daarso by St. George's vir jou in die hande kry om te help met die kindersdag.
Asseblief, het sal baie waardeer word man.
Nee, met baie dankie aan jou Janine, jy is een wat die harde werk doen. Dat is wat Linda en Julius vir my sê.
Daar is 'n span agter my hoor, ons is te spanwerk en kinders en almal wat saam help en ek waardeer dit opreg.
Nee,
Baie dankie JP.
Ons waardeer jou effe Janine, so wel gedaan daarso. En stuur vir ons 'n paar pictures, dan kan ons dit daarso op Facebook sit, né?
Maak so.
Okay, goed gaan.
Dankie.
Fantastic initiative there, Lynn.
Yeah, I think like Janine was saying, there's a group or team of people behind her. When I spoke to her, or she spoke to me early in the week, like building up to the day, she actually said what she just said now, like she ordered the stuff when there was no money to pay for it, and then on Friday everything just came in and it just worked for her. And even up until Saturday morning, it is there. I mean, then they order jumping castle, they order slides, they order ball, like this ball pens, the fire truck comes up there, and then right at the end, a bakkie with a trailer where the presents on rolls up into Gastro like a sled, basically like a Father Christmas, and the kids go crazy, and it just warms your heart seeing 3,000 kids. You try and stop them, you try and order them, but you can't. Like, these kids are so passionate about the club that you just see how much a love and appreciation there is that St. George's is doing for them. And then afterwards you get the mothers and the fathers that also just come and say thank you to the club.
Yeah. Presents, Tariq, is one of those things that doesn't matter how old you are.
you love it, yeah. And I was at that event about 2 years back. I was extremely impressed. You know, Janine is one of those ladies, you get to St. George's, she's always there. Yeah. And as she said, there's a team behind them. But a beautiful day, and you know, even the kids rock up with Australian United jerseys. You know, they're standing first in line for the Boerewors and end up getting two. You know, that's what the day is about. And you know, hats off to St. George's for doing that.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah, so Janine De Lange there, putting in the hard yards at St. George's with a team obviously around them. We managed to speak to Bronson Ware, folks, of course, at the Tag Rugby. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, it's an exciting day. Obviously, we've got 12 teams here, all playing and enjoying a nice, fun day of rugby. And obviously, it's in aid of getting our water pump sorted. As you can see in the background, the field is a bit dry, and we're just hoping to get some water, some ball water going in the future. Yeah, we got some simple rules. Obviously, if you lose a tag, you're tackled. Basically, no contact. You can get your tag back at halftime or at the end of the game for the next game. 5 minutes aside, jam-packed excitement, girls and boys playing, great fun. Yeah, definitely getting them fit for next season. Obviously having, like I said, having some fun and keeping the guys going. So that's basically the end of the day, showcasing their skills and having fun and enjoyment at the end of the day. Yeah, hopefully next year we can obviously grow from strength to strength. We've got 12 teams this year. Hopefully we can expand to 20 and take it from there. As you can see on the background here, we've got quite a lot of people, so that's what we're trying to do. We get the community involved at the club at the end of the day.
But a fantastic initiative there from Bronson, and I'm glad to see he's got a big smile on his face. Again, somebody that pulled up his sleeves and just made it happen on the day. So he did at least send a few pictures, and we're always asking the clubs, send us your pictures so we can talk about what you guys are doing. It's the one way that we can promote you and your sponsors and get more participation to your club. People need to know about your club. They need to know where they are. They need to know that you're active, that you're busy. So send us your pictures. Let us get it on TV. So Bronson and the guys that did a little bit of a lucky draw there. The first picture we got from Bronson was of Christopher Neertland. Looks like they got a BLK t-shirt going away there, maybe even a jersey. And then the female player of the tournament was Alicia Williams. And look at that. There's a fantastic little shield there. I can imagine, and a medal, in fact. I can imagine that shield's going to get a few names on in a few years. And then the Rockets Tag Rugby male player of the tournament, Granville van Rooyen. Well, I'm not quite sure if he came from the Sharks Academy, but he's certainly in the Sharks Academy shirt. And then the third place team was the Baby Sharks. So you see the guys there. Well, they're all wearing Sharks Academy shirts. And a couple of Bella shirts in the middle there as well. And then we've got the plate winners, the Flintstones. Nice to see the boys having fun there. There's Bronson on your far left-hand side. And then, of course, the Tag Rugby Cup winners called No Fear. Beautiful trophy there. BLK in the mix there. And, of course, the Rockets Tag Rugby Cup winners, No Fear. Well, let's take a look at one of the other games now. Hillcrest we're up against, in fact, so these are the 7s. Folks, when we come back after the break, we're going to speak to Jerome Parvater and find out what he's been up to. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away one of our lucky winners, the Hisense H7S Pure Shot. Also, I'm going to ask one of our winners, our guest, to draw the one of the 2 names. And we're also going to show you that Spot the Ball competition, which both these gents thought they had, but maybe they didn't have it. We'll be back after the break with Jerome Parvater. Right, welcome back, everybody. All right, we're gonna catch up with Jerome in a second. Now, as we said earlier on, remember, hang on, before we do that, 33090. All right, that's the number that you need to text if you want to win yourself a case of Score. So I'm going to show you what a quarter of a case of Score. There we go. There's London's in it. All right, Jerome's going to be on the line with us in a second or so. The Score. This is just 1 6-pack. All right, you want to get 4 of these in a case. So that comes up a little bit later. 33090. Remember, if you've forgotten that number, you can of course SMS at 33090. But if you've forgotten the number, download the Cape Rugby TV app, and then the SMS number is there. We're going to catch up with Jerome Parvater. I think he's going to join us now on the line. We're just waiting for Jerome. We're just checking. Have we got calls coming through? Yep, calls coming through. There we go. The call will be coming through now in a sec. Jerome Parvater joining us. We're looking forward to as soon as the. In fact, we're not quite sure when he's going to be with us.
Between time.
Jerome Parvater on the line with us now. Jerome, hoe gaan met jou?
Lekker, Jake.
Nee, niet te sleg, meneer. Ons sukkel om jou in die hande te kry vanaand, né? Ons wonder wat gaan aan. Braai jy?
Nee, dit. Maar rustig 'n bietjie.
Luister, Jerome, ons is bietjie bekommerd, né, want jy was nou op die show vir 'n paar weke nie. Wel, ek dink vir amper 2 maande, want jy travel bietjie rond in die wêreld op die oomblik. Jy's nou terug. Hoe was die travels?
Lekker, Jake. Ek was so vir 15 dae in Hong Kong. Maar ja, het was lekker.
Okay, Jerome, kom ons, jy's natuurlik nou terug by die hierso by ons nou op die oomblik. Wat is nou volgende vir die klub ouens van jou kant af?
Ja, dit die tyd van die jaar waar ons nou kyk na klubspelers wat in die Supersport Challenge gaan speel. So maar ons begin die 15de Januarie gaan ons die manne inkry van die klubs af om saam met die Supersport Challenge ons te oefen en dan hopelik kry ons weer van die manne wat gaan speel in die challenge.
Jerome, verduidelik net gou-gou vir my vir ons en vir die mense wat nou daarso vir ons dophou. Die Supersport Challenge, hoe werk dit? Wie speel in die Supersport Challenge en van waar kom die spelers gewoonlik vandaan? Ek meen in die land nou ook.
Ja, kijk, dit is een provinciale toernooi wat SA Rugby heeft. Dus maar zoals die oude Vodacom Cup was, maar dat is niet nou Supersport Challenge, wordt niet nou die Supersport Challenge genoemd.
Okay.
En ja, die eerste ronde speel je ouwens in die Supersport Challenge en dan die soort van die tweede ronde begint die Currybeker en dan gaan die Currybeker aan. En ja, so ons het gewoonlik, ons het die jaar het ons 12 ouens uit die klubs het gehad wat gespeel het in die Supersport Challenge.
So Jerome, as ek dit nou reg het, dis nie 'n spesifieke klub soos in die Gold Cup nie. Dit is eintlik gekiesde spelers.
Ja, dis uit al die klubs uit, kyk ons maar wie was die ouens wat maar die beste geperform het die jaar in die klub.
Okay.
En die WP Club Rugby en dan kies ons maar die manne en dan nooi ons die manne om te kom oefen en gewoonlik nie almal maak dit nie, maar die ouens wat natuurlik maar die werk insit maak dit en dan speel hulle in die Supersport Challenge en dan van daai ouens kry dan kontrakte ook nog by die Unie.
En so jy sê julle versamel op die 15de Januarie, wanneer is die eerste game?
Die eerste game is by die einde Februarie.
Okay, so dis vroeg in die seisoen die game, so die ouens moet nou al wel, hulle moet seker by nou al lankal hard gewerk het. Ja,
kyk, die ouens was nog redelik besig. Die ouens was nog maar besig met sevens en die ouens het maar oral rondgespeel. So
ja.
Die ouens is nog redelik fit en so is nou aftyd, so die ouens moet maar die aftyd geniet en sodra die ouens begin op die 15de dan werk die manne weer hard. So jy moet maar 'n bietjie rus ook, so die liggaam bekeer 'n bietjie rus, so is nou die regte tyd vir die ouens om 'n bietjie te rus ook.
Dit lyk my jy's een wat jy mik meer vir die rus, né?
Ja, ek kyk nou uit na die rus. So maak volgende week klaar, dan gaan ek lekker rus.
Ja, nee, toe maar ons gaan aan. Ons sien jou op die show volgende week.
Definitief.
Okay, Jerome. Luister, lekker aan daar so verder, né?
Ja, okay, jy het dieselfde dag.
Goed gaan.
Geniet die so verder.
Tarek, there's no time for resting now, eh?
No, not if the guys are serious. I mean, the Super Sport Challenge step up from your club rugby.
Yeah.
Under correction, just between club rugby and your Curry Cup, you should have got this competition. So the guys that are serious, they'd be working hard.
Yeah.
And you try to get a foot in the door. I assume as guys not involved in the Varsity Cup as well. And then, that's a way to get in.
You've of course started this, you spoke about this last week. And then since last week, Wednesday, we already saw some photographs on Facebook with you and your boys at Amadeus in the gym.
Yeah, we've appointed a conditioning coach, Hamid Ramjam. So the boys are working with him. It started off with about 10 guys. We're up to 30 now. Yeah. So the word's getting around. The guys are stepping up. They want to be serious.
Well, it looks like he's got a nice gym there. If I look at the photographs, boxing bags and there's functional equipment it's in the Surrey Estate, you say?
It's in the Surrey Estate area, yeah, full-on gym. And the guys, one stop, the guys can work hard there. Yeah, and I see Rocklands are busy as well. I see Rangers of Surrey Estate are busy as well.
Well, there's no off-season.
There's no off-season.
I mean, I think you're just not playing rugby. But I mean, Lyndon, your conditioning is like going to gym. Like any normal person goes to gym 2 or 3 times a week, has a bit of cardio, maybe pushes a bit of weights. Yeah, so I think this thing about we played too much rugby, you have different forms of rugby.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this early on in the week, and we said like it's very important now that the resources available to every club player out there. So what do you do differently to get above the rest, or to get into that Super League structure, to get into that Super League A top 6 or top 10 of the Super League A? Do you do a bit more, or do you do what you are doing all the years just differently? Do you, like Amadeus, get a conditioning coach in where they haven't maybe had one before? Do you eat differently? Do you say like, okay, we're not stopping the season, we just keep on going?
Well, if you don't win your games and you didn't do something differently, don't expect a different result.
Yeah, but you got to do something differently then.
Exactly.
No, but I'm saying that's
the mark of insanity.
Exactly.
Is someone who expects the same
results from different result from the same thing over and over. Yeah.
All right, folks. These two clever, witty gentlemen next to me last week had a go. In fact, many of you did as well. Had a go at winning the spot the ball competition. So, they obviously weren't allowed to enter because they're on the panel. Let's just show you the picture of the ball. And you see it now, and you have the options of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Now, before we go and show you the answer, Tariq, would you like to have one more shot as to where the ball is? You said last week C2.
I went C3.
You went C3, yeah?
Something tells me it's A1 or somewhere.
I went C1. But I still think that it's on the border of one of two of them, or it's not in that picture at all. I'm just saying, knowing you and your producer, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm.
All right, let's take a look at the picture again. It was you had 9 grids there. There you see A1, A2, A3, and you see the ball in its A2. A2 is how on earth? We don't know how that ball ended up there. But let's take a look at that one more time. For the folks that maybe missed that spot the ball, it's probably the most difficult spot the ball competition we've ever had. But there you can see
the nice shot of Bashes and score in the background as well.
Bashes and score. You can see clearly that's a Sevens rugby picture.
Yeah,
in fact,
nice.
Right. Okay, so I've got the name of the 2 folks out of the hundreds of entries. Only 2 got it correct. I mean, you can see it was a tricky.
It was.
Everybody's obviously looking down. Where's the spot? So, Lyndon, I'm going to give this to you. If you can pull one of these names, one of these folks are going to walk away with the Hisense Infinity Pulse phone. I will put them in there. They are 2 names there. If you can I'll pass that on to you.
Just put this out there.
You can just pull one name for me.
This result has been audited, just in case people come back and want to complain.
Oh, it's being drawn on TV. There's only 2 names in there.
Judges decision is final. So it's 2 different. It's not the same name. Just
you can't see the names.
I can't see the names. So I'm gonna go that one.
You're choosing. You've chosen. All right. Well, I'll give it to Tariq, and Tariq can read out the winner of the Hisense Infinity phone. And
The lucky winner is Clinton van Reenen.
Clinton van Reenen. Clinton, you walk away with a L676 Hisense Infinity Pulse phone. Should we give the name of the other contestant? There you go, Clinton van Reenen. And our other entrant was? Somebody.
Sorry, Alice.
Alice Michaels, who puts in so many hard yards and takes so many photographs for the clubs and communities and posts it out there. Alice, Cape Rugby TV is always 100% behind you.
JP, I think we should have a competition for those contributors next season, just because of that.
I think we should have a big bribe for the contributors.
And then just give them each one a phone.
I've told Tariq many times that he posted not so long ago the names of a bunch of people who contribute, and we should get everybody together.
Yeah,
I wonder if we're ever going to do this. We've been talking about this for 7 years.
I think you've been telling you there was one year you said you want to have a dinner, like a gala event or like an end of year function thing, and that never sufficed. But it gets there.
We have a Cape Rugby TV
dash.
Social,
social. Yeah.
You know, I know if you go down to Elsie's on a Saturday,
so it's bash every week.
You're going home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, wherever Enslin, wherever those guys are there with the spit breaking, where the guys are braaiing, it just happens.
The thing that I've never understood is how it is that, for the folks who maybe understand rugby, how it is that the car batteries never go flat.
They just know how to do it.
Because there's no more lights after the game.
Yeah. So
at 7 o'clock it's dark, the lights are off, and then we're all standing with the car lights on.
Yeah, and it just keeps on going. You just give your car a start every second, with 15 or 20 minutes, and just keeps going and just start generating itself.
Those are the best conversations.
We've done it a few
they
times.
Late at night, after the rugby.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if enough years in club rugby, you figure out a way to do anything.
No, 100%, yeah. But I mean, I have had my best conversations.
You work with what you are given. I remember the one year we had Stand Pioneers where Tariq had Uzair Kasim, where you were there as well, where we stood outside the wall and we stood there for I think 3 to 4 hours. And
I remember that night.
And standing there, it was at Rostov. We had at the Rostov school, the Methodist church. I mean, that's also a big thing. You had a Muslim club at the Methodist church wall. That's the kind of thing that the Strand community and the club community like allows you to do. And we stood outside for, it was me, you, Hamid, I think Armin was there, Megan Rose, Mirwan Davids. We stood outside the wall and we spoke till I think till 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning. We just chatted.
That's how community sport works.
Right.
And I keep asking the question: Do you want to be the gold medal champion, or do you want to have long conversations that end up building long lifetime relationships?
Yeah.
You know, rugby's not all.
Trophies gather dust, you know. Memories are great with guys, and like you said, the relationship they don't gather dust.
And
you know.
Those are things that's the foundation of community sport.
Yeah.
In fact, is the foundation of sport itself. All right, folks. Instrumental in supporting Western Province Club Rugby and specifically the Sevens has been Score Energy Drinks. All right. So if you want to win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks, all right. Remember, they've got two sizes. This is a smaller version. You can see it's actually a very nice, compact little one. And it's a whole case. 33090. 33090 is all you need to do is SMS the word SCORE to 33090, and you can put yourself in the mix to win a case. Congratulations to last week's winner, Tashwin Boyson. Tashwin walks away with a case of Score Energy Drink. Tashwin, someone from Cape Rugby TV is going to get in touch with you shortly. 33090, folks. Just SMS the word SCORE. You put yourself in the mix. Look out now also for our next quiz on the Cape Rugby TV app. We'll be announcing it on Facebook and showcase it then next week. Download the Cape Rugby TV app. Of course, Clinton van Reenen walked away now with the Hisense phone. We've got more Hisense phones up for grabs, and those competitions will be running on the Cape Rugby TV app. So go to the Google Play Store or to the iTunes Store and just go and search for Cape Rugby TV. Download the app. There's a whole lot of quiz there and fun and games and so forth. And you might put yourself in the mix when you enter those quizzes to win yourself some fantastic prizes. Tariq, thanks for joining us on the show. Hopefully we'll grab you again quite soon.
Good to be here, JP.
Yeah. Is it doors closed at Hamadias, or can players still join?
No, players can join anytime. The guys can join in at the gym.
Yeah.
Add me on Facebook. I'll send them some info.
Yeah, so jump in. Lyndon, you've got your hands full at the moment. We know that. You've got the Western Cape Provincial Sports dinner
banquet, not awards,
Yeah,
it's dinner banquet.
Yeah, which is an appreciation dinner for sports administration.
For Federation, yeah. So we have We have close to the 25 members of the Confederation, and then also we've invited some of the top or other federations that are all aligned with SASCOC to the event as well.
Sounds like it's going to be a fantastic evening.
It's been a nice, it's like the president of the Confederation says, it's going to be like a jol. So it's up to keep it the jol.
Right, folks, please send us those photographs. You would have seen Bronson made such a big effort. He sent in the pictures. We're going to get some kiddies pictures from Janine De Lange to show you what happened to the St. George's. We're going to get some pictures, more pictures from Tariq, from Hamadias. We're even going to ask the guys from Rocklands that are busy training at the moment. We're going to ask them to send us a couple of pictures as well. But if you are busy gymming, if you are busy on the rugby field with pre-season, if you're busy with fun runs, any activities, any awards dinners, there's two ways to do it. Go onto our Facebook page and you can just go and paste there. Shame, as I mentioned by Zahida Paula, shame my Alice. At least organize her a photo of the phone at JP Nogia, at Cape Rugby TV, and at Lynn and Julie's. So we'll do our very best. I know it's so unfair, but we will find a way. Anyway, we've got to keep it free and fair. But just back to the photographs. If you want, you can share any of your content on the Cape Rugby TV mobile app. Otherwise, on Facebook, just post all the pictures, tag us, we'll find it, and then we can, if you share it, we will air it. That's a wrap from us. Tariq, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, JP.
Lyndon?
Thanks for having me. Hope to see the Cape Rugby TV soon. Enjoy.
In a new Cape Rugby TV t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
In a new Cape Rugby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a wrap, folks. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.